Masters, we are live on YouTube right now. Let's welcome Ajay Babu. Ajay, we are all waiting for you
Thank you.
to share your.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Start my session. I would like to convey my deepest gratitude to Brahmashri Mahapatriji to introduce vegetarianism and meditation to me. And I salute to you, Master Teacher Ramtha, from my Lord God of Faith, for teaching me ancient wisdom. Thank you all. Thank you so much. So, I think yesterday we have discussed about what are the different functionalities of brain. So, and what is the root cause for us to suffer, right? So that is ignorance. So in order to eliminate or in order to remove that ignorance, so we should have knowledge or we should acquire knowledge. So that knowledge will empower us. So knowledge will give you hope, knowledge give you choice, right? So, for example, if you know how to go to Hyderabad to Delhi or Hyderabad to sorry India to US, if you know n number of options, you have if you know n knowledge about much knowledge about that, you have n number of options to go to Hyderabad to sorry India to US. If you know only one option, you have one choice. So, how much knowledge you have about any particular things, you have that many options, that many right, that much choices you have uh, to opt that. So similarly, so for any every aspect, how much knowledge you have, it will empower you definitely. So that's the power of knowledge. So today I would like to discuss about the parts of the brain where generally we know our physical brain, but I'll sorry. Yeah. So, just yesterday I discussed about this, right? Avidya and this fear, ego, attachment, aversion. So I discussed about that. Today I would like to talk about as a brain, this is entire brain. Um, Generally, I want to give 2 minutes about that, but it's not about Ramtha Vishnu. Generally, we know left brain, right brain. So that's a major part, right? So left brain all about our logical thinking, analytical and verbal and fact, numbers, sequence. So generally, we are all generally most people we are logical nature. So some people might be in emotional, creative, non-verbal, imaginary, something like that. So see, extreme this is not good, and extreme of this is not good. So we should be a balance of both. See, we should not believe everything. We should not condemn everything. So we should take everything and we should do our experiment. Then experiment we should take or we should believe that, right? So that's a middle path. So the middle path comes here in between left and right. That is in between we have corpus callosum. We can call it as a bridge consciousness. The corpus callosum is help to bridge between left brain and right brain. So how many knows Mother Isis? Egypt goddess Mother Isis. So Mother Isis has a son. His son name is Horus. So recently, I think in PSM, I think Venkatesh from Bangalore, he is channeling Cicero Master, right? That Cicero, nothing but Horus. Cicero is the name given by Patriji when he comes from Syrian's planet to Earth in order to give his knowledge. The Patri has given different name, that is Cicero, that his whole original name is called Horus. That Horus is belongs to this bridge consciousness, the love, where this Hanata chakra is bridge between higher chakras and lower chakras, right? Similarly, your corpus callosum represent your Hanata chakra, or fourth seal. That is a bridge between higher three and lower three, right? So similarly, uh, So your left brain and a right brain, in between that there is called bridge consciousness or corpus callosum. Okay. So in given day, generally we are in this left, we use this left brain and we use right brain. Okay. So and when you do meditation, generally you occupy this in between fabric space called corpus callosum, right? So that's why you should do meditation. You are in that middle path. You're not extreme of right, extreme of left. You're in middle. You're not future. You're not present, past. You're in present moment, right? That's the power of middle path. That's the power of now, right? So if you just understand that, that's fine. Leave it this. So today I want to talk about, this is the main thing I want to talk about. This is the Ramtha's picture, right? Just it's will you some what you call it's not actually your brain look like, but to in order to understand is a two-dimensional picture to understand the actual brain and functionality of brain. So that's a Ramtha way of representing the brain so that it will easily you can remember and you can easily understand the brain. So I want to differentiate between brain and mind. So brain is actually hardware, or you can call it as a um, in order to um, capture in order to hold consciousness in your physical body require brain. Without brain, you cannot hold consciousness. For example, if energy is there around you, consciousness there around you. In order to take the thought and hold thought for some time, you should require this brain, right? So, for example, in meditation, you're not thinking, you're in pure consciousness state. So for example, you went to lake or any ocean. How did you take the water? You should take with your hand. You should take some vessel, right? In order to take water. Then you can do any thing with that water. You can do soda, you can do any thumbs up, you can do whatever you want. First, you should take water, then you can do any experiment, you can change that form, right? Similarly, if you want to hold that consciousness or thought, you should require brain, that hardware required. So that way brain comes. For example, you have a software program, right? Without hardware, without the system, how can you execute that program, right? So you should require software and you should require hardware. You could that in the spiritual meaning, you require spirit, you require physical body. The combination of both, it will work. See, spirit without body to function. How can it express? It cannot express. Body without spirit, no use, dead. By combination of spirit and body, we can do our task, right? We can live the life. We can live the physical life. Sorry, we can live the physical life. See, without body also spirit can alive, but it cannot feel the sensory organs. It cannot feel the touch, right? The main purpose of us to born in earth plane is to experience the sensory organs, to experience the feeling of touch. That's the main purpose. So, for example, this is right now. I'm not in my body. I'm in spirit form. If I just touch this particular laptop, I will go through this laptop because I'm more thinner, right? I'm in more than what you call. I'm less size than atoms. That is in I can call it a electron level. So I can easily go through this laptop. So that's why we require this physical form in order to touch and feel objects or any person or anything, right? So the game here is with our body, with our limitation with the body, but we want to realize unlimitedness. That's a game. You are limited, but you want to experience unlimited. But the physical body may be limited, but your brain has a capacity to experience seven level of consciousness. That's the beauty of brain. That was intent behind to design the brain. It can experience a seven level of consciousness. That's how powerful it is. And Ramtha would say every time he says, I think, I think Earth has created 10 million years back. Okay. Similarly, sorry, maybe subject to correction. Okay, let it be 10 billion years back. Earth has created. Okay, so maybe a human form created. Let it be 1 million year back. Okay, so in that aspect, so I think he is telling that this is the most advanced, most refining, or most beautiful creation in entire universe was brain, because with this organ you are able to connect to 7 level of consciousness. Even though you create a robot, you cannot connect to 7 level of consciousness because it doesn't have a soul. Maybe it has a intelligence. The missing part is it cannot feel. It cannot feel. That's the difference between robot and us. It can communicate. It can do the task. The difference is it cannot have a feeling. That feeling is nothing but God. It cannot aware of itself. It knows objects, it knows that, but it cannot touch and feel. It cannot aware of itself. But we are aware of itself. But difference between animal and us, animal have a sensory organs, animal has everything. The difference between us is the animals doesn't have a, what do you
Conscious.
call it? Yeah, they
Con-
have conscious. They are conscious, but conscious at only physical level. They're conscious not beyond physical level. They're not conscious about soul. They cannot conscious about astral body. They're basically they're more in animal nature. They're more in body survival nature. Right? They're only first level of consciousness. Right? So they don't know dharma. They don't know vichakshana. What they call they don't know righteousness. Right? They doesn't know good and bad. They don't know logical thinking, right? So they're an instinct to nature. So we have all these different elements or different qualities to live in earth plane. So how the difference is that the difference is brain. So the difference between animal is the functionality of brain. We have more sophisticated brain, right? That's a beautiful organ. That's why you should have proper food, proper water, sodium, potassium, or you should dry foods, right? Because it's a very sensitive organ. I think this brain has, I think your body has, the brain has 70% liquid, right? So that's why food is more impact on our brain. That's why Ramtha says, Don't smoke it much, don't drink much. It will spoil your brain," right? So that's a reason behind that. So let's coming to this brain picture. So I want to what you call segregate the entire brain into three parts. Generally two parts, but to understand much, I'll segregate in three parts. This is yellow color, right? This is called neurocortex, yellow brain. Okay. So by you can combine this green part also, but we have orange thing that is called midbrain. Orange have midbrain. Right? In midbrain you have thalamus, and you have sorry, pineal gland. You have thalamus. Everything you have. So let's keep it as a midbrain. Okay. So or you can call it as a limbic system. Limbic system also you can call it. Okay. And we have this red color lower syllable. This is your subconscious brain. That is your subconscious brain. And we have this what you call spinal cord. In spinal cord you have reticular formation. That's fine. This is a combining part, or this is the extension form of your spinal. So from here your spinal cord was extended to your physical body. So it is a combine this the where it combines your brain and spinal cord, right? So I think before that I want to give you one particular. So I think if you see this picture, this is a physical hand, right? This is the astral form, this is the light form, this is the ultraviolet form, and this is no shape. In fifth level, fifth, if you go to fifth, pure
Music.
light. Hello. If you go to fifth plane, it is a pure light. Fifth, sixth, and seventh. This is in more waveform. Just that waveform a little bit curved, and it become more denser. So generally it is called molecular level, it is called atom level, it is called photon level, light level, it is called what you call nucleus level, it is called quarks, it is called substrings, you can call it as, you can call, and you cannot define that, right? So that's a form, right? So that means that energy is coming down when, or when energy is decreasing its frequency, when energy is what you call changing its form in the lower form, it tend to sh- change its shape. For example, you have a what you call smooth silky hair, right? For example, sorry, you have a curly hair. Okay, you have curly hair. So when you apply, for example, you have a hair stream or something like, I don't like subject to correction name. So when you apply that, your hair tend to go to straight, right? What does that mean? So that curvy nature, or the that what you call the coagulated energy, or that what you call how can I put it in words? The energy in lower form, or which is called, it is in dense form, right? When you apply the heat, you are giving the energy so that it will go to higher level of consciousness. For example, your water in solid form, when you apply the heat, it will convert it to liquid. It will go to immediate higher form. Even though when you apply the heat again to water, it will go to vapor form. Similarly, so when energy in right now in coagulated form, right, that is in a denser form, right? So similarly, your hair in curly form. When you apply the heat, it will go to straight, right? So that's the way you can understand. Okay. So why I told you that slide is, so here your yellow brain is there, right? Your yellow brain can handle the first three level of consciousness: Hertzian frequency, infrared frequency, visible light frequency. Can handle the first three seals, not body, sorry. First three seals will handle by this, your yellow brain. Or you can call it as a body mind consciousness. This is called yellow brain, nothing but body mind consciousness. So I think I think since my past 5, 6 classes, you are hearing that body mind consciousness. Body mind consciousness, nothing but body has its own mind. Your physical body has its own mind, even though it doesn't consciously thinks, it has programmed thinking, that nothing but body mind consciousness. So your yellow brain represent this body mind consciousness. Your midbrain here nothing but orange color. That orange color representing your midbrain. That midbrain nothing but you are taking breath, you are taking heartbeat, you will have heat in body has heating your body has a temperature, right? That temperature and your breath, your heartbeat are control of this midbrain, or you can call it as a limbic system, or you can call it as a you can call it a midbrain. That's fine. So after that you have lower cerebellum, your subconscious mind, your spirit operate through here, right? So that is our subconscious. And we have pituitary gland, master gland, and we have hippocampus, we have amygdala. So they see hippocampus, amygdala, pituitary, pineal gland, they're all part of limbic system. They're not in this yellow brain. So if you want to segregate two levels, you have basically yellow brain, or you can call it neurocortex, and you have all part of the subconscious brain. So generally, we all part of subconscious mind, but we want to understand the more about. That's why we divide again subconscious into midbrain and this lower cerebellum, right? This orange color also part of subconscious mind. This pineal gland, pituitary gland, hippocampus, amygdala, reticular formation, and this lower cerebellum or pineal gland, corpus callosum. Corpus callosum bridge between your midbrain and this yellow brain, right? So that means basically you want to understand this is the yellow brain. Within the yellow brain, you have this midbrain, right? So for example, this is our yellow brain, right? Above that you have, sorry, this is our midbrain. Above that you have yellow brain. Okay. So what is the purpose of yellow brain? Yellow brain purpose is we have mostly neurons here, right? So all parts of neurons here over here. So in midbrain you have all type of glands, seven mainly these glands. For example, one, two, three. Here, amygdala, hippocampus, pituitary gland, and the pineal gland, and you have thalamus, hypothalamus. So these main glands we have, right? So your lower cerebellum you have pure image form. Okay, it stores images, right? Just it store images. That's it. Information just it stores. So okay, so when you think any thought over here, your neurons will fire, produce one image. That image will convert it into chemical using these glands. That chemical will send to the entire body, right? So first, today I want to talk about your yellow brain. Your yellow brain. So what does that yellow brain contains? The yellow brain contains neurons. Neurons. Maybe you heard the term this neuron. So I'll explain the neuron about also. But your yellow brain contains billion neurons. Billion neurons it contains. So these many neurons we have, for example, if I say yellow word, for example, if I just close your eyes, just observe the yellow. When you close your eyes, just if you can see the yellow, even though you close the eyes, in order to see that, your brain should fire 10,000 neurons. And just understand in daily how many neurons you are firing in order to work, in order to do any task you should fire n number of neurons. That's a way you are sending information to your body. That's a way you're thinking, right? If you want to do any physical task, you should fire m number of neurons every day. By firing those neurons, you are producing some information to send to your body to communicate to some other person. For example, if I speak in Japanese, you won't understand. Why don't you understand? Because your neurons doesn't fire. Because that information not the neurons, right? If see if I speak some words, if you may understanding, that means you already the information is there. If you're not understanding, means that information is not there in your neurocortex. Maybe it's there in there. That's fine. For example, some people remember their past life. Some people may not remember because some people in meditation they're popping up this information to this here so that they're recollecting that. This is our personality, this is our spirit, our God. This is our this is our lower three chakras, this is our head chakras. So what knowledge you have your yellow brain that is operating when you are in waking state. So when you are in dreaming state, that's fine. You are going to this lower cerebellum state or your subconscious mind. But when you are waking state, when you are talking or when you are opening your eyes, you are always using your midbrain, right? So there is exception case, that's fine. But mostly you are using your yellow brain when you are talking, when you are speaking, when you are consciously working on that. So the purpose of here is consciously create what you want. In order to consciously create what you want, you require the yellow brain. Otherwise, you are always in programming mind. What happens without this? You're not creative. You're already programmed, right? So using this, maybe you hardly use 10% of brain. Einstein also used more than I think 18%, 17% Einstein used this out of yellow brain, right? So in order to how much we are using that yellow brain, Buddha used 100%. That is called that he called Buddha. He used 100% his yellow brain. Gautam Buddha used 100% of his brain. I think Jesus also done that. So the spiritual people who raise the Kundalini, The Kundalini obviously fire that. One day I'll talk the topic of Kundalini, but when you raise your Kundalini, it will fire your subconscious information into conscious brain so that your 100% of your yellow brain will get active. Right now is not active. So we are using small percent of that, which is also programmed one, right? So your yellow brain has information about your current what you call current state of mind and your bringing how you were brought up from your childhood. What are the books you read? What are the people you met? And your forefather or ancestors, what you call experiences, and your attitudes and social influence on you, everything was stored here. It is a combination of all the things, right? So that's why every day you should be careful and you should be cautious and you should be aware what knowledge or what information you're putting in our brain. So every day we see reels, Instagram reels, how much information you're feeding to your yellow brain. It will work. One day it will work. That's why Ramtha says this is the architect, right? For this architect, what raw material providing to that? This is the other. Your body is the book, your DNA is the publisher. This is the other. Your body is the book, your DNA is the publisher. So, what book you are printing every day? What book you are writing every day? How much we are aware of that? We don't know that we are writing every day. We are writing our journal in our body through DNA, right? Your DNA capture that. So, see, my point is to understand the yellow brain, how much powerful it is. Even though it is more powerful, we know that more powerful, but you have to operate this, you should require this. This is the creative nature, right? It doesn't know good and bad. Without this, you won't wear the clothes, or without this, you don't have words to communicate. You don't have logical nature. You don't have order. You don't follow traffic rules. It doesn't know anything, right and wrong. Just simply have information, right? So with that, with yellow brain, you have conscious nature. You can differentiate good versus bad. You can differentiate dharma versus adharma, or you can differentiate any logical thing or any creative thing. So it combines both. That's the beauty of the yellow brain. So you have these number of neurons. You have these neurons has nucleus. I'll show you neuron picture. You'll understand better.
Ajay,
Yeah.
at this point, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. You can ask.
You're saying yellow brain, whatever information we have in yellow brain,
Hmm.
uh, accordingly, we are going to fire our neurons, right? Like we are
Yes.
going to act based on the information that we have on in yellow brain.
Yes, yeah, you two things. When you're not conscious, whatever the information it has, it fires with that information. If you,
So
that is
this
not
is only from this lifetime, that information that we have in yellow brain.
right. I'll tell you that. Yeah, good question. I'll tell you that. Yeah. So I told you two things, right? One is soul and one is DNA. The every lifetime the game between soul and DNA. Soul doesn't change. DNA will change to incarnation, incarnation. For example, last incarnation, we we born to different mother. Even though we born to same mother, maybe that mother's body was different, right? Right. So today I born to see. Let me take my example. So last incarnation, my mother name was Bhuvaneshwari. This incarnation, my mother name was Rajeshwari. I born to same mother, but body will be different. Earlier she was in Bengali, West Bengali. Right now she is in Andhra. So my mother DNA was different because their forefather was different. But soul is same. My soul is same. So here the catch is in DNA or for example, this is the nucleus. This nucleus contains DNA. This is the neurons in brain. Okay. This is the brain. in brain, the neurons contains like this. This is a neuron. Maybe we studied in 10th class or 7th or something. So this is the neurons. This is called dendroids. This connect to different neurons. This part is, this is the axons. Okay, this is the firing part. It firing happens. This nuclear, this called soma. Soma. See the name of meaning. Soma means sun, moon. That's the Sanskrit name, soma. That's why moon will affect you. This is the soma. That's why they kept the name soma. Right? This liquid part. Soma. This soma, in soma you have contains nucleus. Nucleus contains DNA. This DNA has genetic information about your current life and your ancestors' life, not your soul's experiences. Maybe your current soul experience has, your current thinking pattern has, and your ancestor information has. But your subconscious mind has your soul's journey, soul's experiences, your own soul experiences. Your DNA contains your thinking, your social influences, what are the books you read, your child brought up memories, or your ancestor memories. For example, my forefather doesn't like lady's finger. I have that feeling unless until I master it. So your catch is while you're in light review, when you're higher planes, even though, for example, parents has 4 children, even though they had born to same parents, their 4 thinking were different. Their 4 habits were different. Their 4 financial status were different. Their looking were different. Because their DNA, you have billion, trillion, what you call, different combinations you have, right? So DNA, so that different informations you have. Maybe and my brother was mastered different things. I want to master, I want to learn few things. Based out of my own soul journey, based out of my own experiences, and based out of my own agenda of destiny, I choose different combination of mother's what you call father's sperm and mother's eggs. Based of those combinations, my body will be manufactured, my body will be created. So my DNA, even though my brothers and my sisters have say 99% will be same, but 1% will be different. That 1% makes we are my brothers will be unique. If I take my DNA or DNA, 80% will be match. Maybe you are one point of friend, maybe we are born to Harishchandra, Satya Harishchandra, or we born to some Rama, something like that. But 80% will be same, but 20% will be that 20% make us unique, different color, different faces, something like that. Right? So mostly we have 72%, 80%, but 20% different. So I want to master few things. Maybe you want to master few things. That's what choices you made or what level of consciousness you are. Based on of your level of consciousness you choose that particular DNA. You got it, man?
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
understand? So nothing bad. That DNA influence on your yellow brain, not here. It is your soul influence, soul journey, soul experiences you have. Your with your yellow brain thinking that only I am belongs to this current incarnation, but
So,
soul knows human incarnation.
so basically, the conscious mind is yellow brain. The
Yeah,
subconscious mind is the lower part of the brain that we have seen.
yeah, lower soul. Correct, right, absolutely right. So the thing here is generally that's why Ramtha says the spirituality all about bringing your subconscious information into conscious brain.
Mhm.
What is Kundalini awakening? When the Kundalini awakes, it will fire, it will open up your midbrain and bring your subconscious mind information or all incarnation lives into this current yellow brain. How Buddha saw his previous incarnation when Kundalini rises, when just normally observe your breath, Kundalini rises happening within 3 hours, 4 jamu means 1.5 hour, I think. 1.5 hour, I think. In 3 jamus, I think 4.5 hours, he saw all his incarnation, relation between incarnations, right? So that what does that mean? all subconscious information popping up to this conscious brain. There is no difference between yellow brain and subconscious brain. There is no difference between this brain, this, because it become entirely one.
Mm. Okay.
So right now you are operating all chakras. You don't have difference between three chakras and five chakras, lower chakras, high chakras. Because you open the tap, the high chakras information flowing through your lower chakras.
Mm.
No, everything will be pure, clean. Right now the problem is your lower three chakras has dirty water, high chakras have pure water. Some in meditation you're some opening little bit of pure water. So it's going fine. But when Kundalini arrays, it open all the locks. The pure water will flow to your seven chakras. There is no difference between lower chakra and head chakra. After one point of right now, there is a difference. When you elevate, when you go to that, if you're in Patiji state, when you're in Ramtha state, there's no difference between lower chakras. Maybe functionality difference, but sound will be different. In that aspect, there is no difference, right? So if I want to say, this is the part where your information lies, your attitudes. So for example, this is the place. This is the DNA. From that DNA, when you connection happens, so in between thought to thought, there is a gap. When you are aware of that consciousness, you can control your thinking also. For example, some sound is coming from my kitchen room, right? Some people have get irritation, anger when you hear that loud noise. So when you are not aware, so automatically what the program is there inside your brain, so that you will already immediately react or immediately react to that particular sound. But you are unconscious, you can, even though you get that sound, even though getting irritation, you can change, you can emotion, you can change your feeling when you are conscious. So the conscious part comes here, picture here, when you are not conscious awareness, when you are in programmed nature, that is nothing but program, nothing but your first body, second body. Mostly your second body is all about programming. Second chakra, Swasthana, is all about programming, right? Is already programmed. That is the patterns available in our second chakra. So in pattern, so generally we are tend to behave every day in pattern way. When you go to third level of consciousness, third chakra or Manipura chakra, you have at least awareness of what you are doing. Just you can have influence to change over there, right? So that's why you should be aware in any given point of time so that you can change, influence your things. So just understand this is a neurons. Your neuron has your own thinking attitude. That is nothing but the body has its own way of thinking. Where neurons has its own way of thinking. Unless you change it, it thinks its own way. Unless you change it, it will think it has the program what it has programmed. You consciously change it, it will change it. But how much conscious you are aware? How did you get conscious aware? By meditation, by mindfulness practice. Be in present moment. That's a practice comes. That's a meditation comes. That's a mindfulness comes. If you are conscious aware, you can change. For example, for example, this neuron contains illness. Then, for example, you have one particular path saying that I am always in unhealthy. From childhood, I'm unhealthy. Your feelings in that feeling is there, right? That feeling, how is feeling getting that feeling? Because that some particular neurons are firing in that way since your childhood. For example, if I focus on saying that I'm healthy, even though these neurons are there, but new connection will happen. So that old connection, you're not thinking that in old pattern, so that it won't fire, and after few days or few months, that neurons will disappear, or this neuron won't fire, automatically they dissolve. Right? So tomorrow I'll speak how, or next class I'll speak how new neurons will created, how focus us help to create neurons.
Okay. Ajay, I have a few more questions.
Yeah.
When we focus on our Ajna chakra during
Hmm.
meditation,
Hmm.
um, is that pituitary gland that is getting influenced immediately?
Not immediately, ma'am. Yeah, I'll tell the question. You're thinking, I told you yellow brain, right? Yellow brain is a part of thinking and analyzing. When you focus such a way that when you stop thinking, when you stop analyzing, there is no thinking, no analyzing, right? When you stop thinking, when you stop analyzing, automatically whatever focus over here, it will pick by pineal gland.
It will be
Picked by, or it will be taken by pineal gland.
pineal. Okay. So
Okay.
pineal
That
is
means
nothing but bindu, right? You
not
might.
bindu, it's a gland. It's a
No, no,
gland.
no. Yeah, yeah. But I think
I
in
show I show
uh,
I show you. This is a
yoga,
gland.
yes, yes, that is pineal.
Very, very small relation. That's why they call it as a bindu, but it's not a bindu, it's a gland. But soul doesn't operate to pineal. Soul operates with pituitary. Pituitary will give command to pineal. Directly pineal doesn't work. So here the see every gland has controlled by pituitary. See, but pituitary doesn't know good, bad. What are the information given to this? For example, amygdala says, "Hey, remove some secrete some fear-based hormones." Immediately, pituitary give command, so that automatically fear-based hormones will be released.
Hmm.
He doesn't know what is that, but what type of information we provide to pituitary, that type of hormone released by pituitary. Similarly, subconscious doesn't know good and bad. What you consciously thinking, that will go to subconscious, right? Similarly, pituitary doesn't know anything. What feedback it coming to pituitary, it will release those type of hormones. It is all level, all type of hormones. It has all type of peptides. We can call it as a proteins.
Okay.
Right? Pineal is more about serotonin and melatonin. It releases serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin releases, you will wake up early morning. Melatonin releases, you tend to have spiritual experiences. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. So mostly this is the pineal gland. The purpose of pineal gland is to communicate with, to transcend your physical nature. For example, we have in attention frequency or body mind consciousness. In order to transcend beyond that what you call uh, physical body, you require the spinal gland. This is the psychic. Ramtha said this is the psychic brain.
Okay.
This is the psychic brain. So using that, you can communicate with infrared frequency. You can communicate with visual frequency, third eye visions. You are getting astral travel because of the spinal gland.
Okay.
Using pineal gland, you can send and receive the signals. For example, if you want to communicate, how we communicate through my words. But pineal gland doesn't like that. It directly works with frequency, right? How radio frequency coming to your TV, right? Similarly, pineal gland is the antenna. It will can send signal. It can take. For example, before I call you, if I get the call from you, that means you didn't call me yet, but just you have the thought saying that I want to call to Ajay. That's you send the signal. That pineal, if you are in that midbrain consciousness, if you are in conscious of your pineal gland or midbrain consciousness, you're not thinking. Just you are in pure that meditative state, or you're in that yogic state. You can call it as a psychic state. You immediately receive that command, even though you didn't call me physically. That's the power of pineal gland. It can signal, you can receive the signal of infrared frequency and visible light frequency. You can operate in psychic level. It don't require physical communication.
Oh, that's good to know. Because when I meditate for longer hours, whenever I think about calling someone, when I receive the call, I understand that, okay, this is working.
Yes, correct,
So,
right, 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 right.
yes, Shrikant is waiting. He
Hello,
raised his hand.
Jiva. Yeah,
Hi,
thanks, Mohan.
hi.
So I had this question on DNA. You're mentioning that, for example, me and my brother, so we are born to the same mother, but we are completely opposite people. Okay. So maybe in the subconscious mind, maybe because of our past lives and whatever experiences we need to have in life. So maybe we have chosen this mother and father, but the DNA is changing. How is it really changing?
DNA change, for example, see, see, my mother didn't born to same father and mother, right? They were born to different ancestor family.
Yeah.
So see, earlier I born to different ancestor family. That ancestor family different DNA. DNA all about information, how they are feeling every moment. the collective life journey of the individual person's whole DNA, nothing but DNA contains what? It contains what are the feelings you are feeling every day. That feelings are information. What are the feeling? Feeling is information. That information contains DNA. That programmed thinking, what you call. So this incarnation I born to different hierarchy. My forefather was different. Earlier the incarnation I born to different family. Their way of thinking different. This way of thinking different. Their habits, their personality, their characters are different. DNA you can represent it in the form of character and personality. Their personality different. This personality different because I mastered those personality. I want to master this type of personality. For example, my father has a anger. I got that thing. It took me 3 years to control that, to master that anger. You got it? So because I want to master that, I want to experience how anger is there. I want to once upon a time, once on particular time, because of anger, I face some issues. I get some kidney problem. I get some issues. So when you understand, okay, because of anger, I'm getting that because of anger, I'm losing my relationship, something like that. When you realize that, you will control or will master that. Controlling is not a good word. Master. You will master that when you increase your level of consciousness, when you increase the pattern, I mean, when you break the pattern, immediately you master that. For example, for example, if I go to traffic, so suddenly someone hit my bike, immediately when 3 years back, 2 years back, immediately I got angry. I used to utter what do you call it, filthy words. So right now I am not in that state because I know even though I get anger, I can control them, I can master it. Okay, fine, let it leave. That's the thing. That's the difference.
Ajay, on this same topic, I have a follow-up question.
Hmm.
Say, for example, if you want to work on a certain qualities in this lifetime, accordingly, you are designing your DNA, perhaps, right?
No, yeah, your question is, see, I told you. For example, your mother or X, your father spends your billion trillion combinations. One, but they're not same. For example, 1 billion combinations are there. Each combination different. Each combination of different level of different permutation combinations. What permutation combination you want to explore, that will you choose. That soul will choose that combination, even though we born to same mother and father.
Okay, got it.
For example, twins, we'll take good example. Sorry, twins are born. Even though twins born to same time, soul will be different. Same time, but they choose different combination of those things. That's where difference comes.
Right. Thank you.
But we
Yes.
do can change the experiences once we come here, right? So with water consciousness, we would have decided this DNA, this parents and all. But once we do meditation and other practices, so we tend to think that okay, maybe these experiences are not helping. Maybe I need more experiences, and somehow
Correct.
we can change those things always, right?
Correct. Mostly what happens, we forgot that we only choose that, and we already try to in blaming nature, saying that my parents was not given money, that's why I'm poor. My parent was not brought up, sorry, that's why I'm this thing. So they were always blaming nature. So mostly I think out of 100 people, only 20%, 30% people will what you call take the challenge of that, and they can master over a particular challenge, right? So that's the thing. Remaining people, they are always in same loop again. Again, they born to same parents or same thing until they master it, until they experience it, until they learn it. Through meditation, you can easily come out of that pattern. That's the beauty of meditation.
Okay, so if we have this karmic type with the parents and all, so we need to experience and then master it, and then we don't need to choose the same parents again in next lifetime, right?
See, it's fine. See, even see, generally what happens, it won't happen in single incarnation of master it. So generally, mostly, but
Yeah.
The people like Ramtha, Krishna also took so many incarnations. He only told, coming to meditation, I took 10 incarnations. After introducing of meditation, he took 10 incarnation to master that. Krishna is the first and last incarnation. Before that, he has so many incarnations. Hanuman has a 7 incarnation. In the seventh incarnation, he will become Hanuman. Not seven also. See, I think, yeah, through meditation, yeah. I think after introducing a meditation, he took seven incarnation to become that master. Like that. So, for example, I'll take example. You know Ramakrishna Paramahamsa?
Yeah.
Ramakrishna Paramahamsa before incarnation was Samadha Ramdas. Sorry, Kabir Das.
Hmm. Interesting.
Kabir Das before incarnation was Bhakt Ramdas. He's the guru of Shivaji. Samad Ramdas, we call it as Samad Ramdas. That's the guru of Shivaji. After that, he be born as a Kabir. After he born as a Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. After that, he born as a Pandita Sri Ramacharya Acharya. So see the thing.
Hmm.
Yep. One
Okay,
lifetime is not
Ajay,
enough.
I have a question.
Uh,
Maybe my understanding is the DNA is never changes, but as you said, is that
Changes,
the
sir. It
same
will change
DNA
everything.
or another DNA you are pointing? Because my parents has the DNA. If
Hmm.
I send my the test particle, then it will be the same DNA. But as you said, based on the experience and the information, the DNA is going to change.
Perfect.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Yes. I'll put it in different ways. For example, you have white books, unlimited white book you have. That's a number of unlimited pages. Your parents wrote 80 pages or maybe 100 pages. From that 80 pages you take, using that 80 pages information, you start to live the experiences. You write your own pages. For example, that 80 pages contains your ancestor 10 pages, maybe before that forefather has 10 pages, your parents have 10 pages. Again, you write 10 pages, 12 pages. Your children will come write 12 more pages. Something like that, it will go on, go on, go on, because DNA has, light body has, it can save trillion information. DNA nothing but light body, third level of consciousness. It can store trillions information. In a chip, you can store how much GB, you can chip 100 GB, 200 GB, 1000 GB, something like that. But in light form, you can store trillions, billions of data. That's why I told today, your brain is the author, your body is the book, your DNA is the publisher.
Okay. Okay.
Every day you're writing, but you don't know that. What are the feeling you're consciously feeling same time, your DNA, your storage in DNA. I don't know. That's why in yogic terms, what is the food you eat that become blood? After few days, the blood become the what you call fat. That fat become muscle. Muscle become bone marrow. The bone marrow become your DNA.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why what you eat matters. What you think matters. What you eat matter, but what you think more matters.
This called Sapta Dhatus, the seventh Dhatu that we have is the formation of that babies.
Wow. A lot of new knowledge it is for me at
Right.
least.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks,
Sheetal
Ajay.
is waiting. Hi, Sheetal.
Yes, thank you. When we redesign our DNA, will it influence our children like after birth and our future generation also?
I think after birth doesn't influence, but before
After
birth
birth,
it.
yeah.
After birth, maybe what happens? See, the thing is, we don't think that it will influence. For example, see, we don't think that we and my children are separate, but mother and child are always connected because their aura already is connected, always connected because of love. Because of love, their aura always connected, right? Because of connectionness, what are the feeling every day that feeling goes to your children? Definitely, they'll change it. That's why generally mother influence on child will be more than father because they're more close to mother. Their aura more connected. So I think recently one Deepak Chopra told recently one particular experiment they did. So for example, the child was 3, 5 years, 5 years, 6 years old. Even though a mother opened her mouth, she thinks in her mind. The children used to understand and you telling mama, you're thinking that even though didn't open her mouth. So Deepak Chopra did experiment and he asked the children, how did you know? He knows that I was more connected to my mom. I was more, I am loving more my mom. That's why even though what is things, I'll get to know. You got it? So because you're not only physically connected, your aura also connected. Your aura nothing but second, third, fourth body. I told you earlier, through your second body, infrared frequency, you can transmit information, you can receive that information. We already experience this. For example, if you want to call to someone person, so immediately they call to you. So how did that happen? Because the infrared body operating, second body is operating. Similarly, so for example, some people, especially the people who are, persons who are practicing spirituality. So, for example, your child, something is going to happen to your child. Before happening, you will get some intuitions. You will get some bad dreams. How it is happening? Because you are connected to your children. That's why you get to know what is going to happen to them. That's why. Yeah. But in mother womb, that's you can influence more. Before they born, you can influence more. But after also you can influence by hugging them, by kissing them, you can influence them. But in womb, you can change better way. That's why this from 5 years we are getting more knowledge on spiritual birth or spiritual parenting. So that's very, very important in child mother if child is in womb, you can influence and you can change a lot. even though he even though he has so much bad incarnation, because of mother love, unconditional love, you can change anything, you can make him enlightened person also. That's a power of love.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else has any questions?
I have a question. So I did hear that you said that you have to kind of stop thinking or analyzing from your yellow brain, right? So you have to stop doing that. But your thoughts or from the soul come from the pituitary gland. So how? So if you want to really make good thoughts and you want to come up with, you want to change your the way you're thinking. How is that gap between the two? How can you manage that? Because if you stop thinking and analyzing, how can you influence that pituitary gland? Or so that's what I was thinking is how would you minimize that gap, or how would you remove that gap, basically?
Very good question. I'll tell that. Yeah. So your physical body is limited, right? Your higher chakras has all type of thoughts. Your pineal gland can pick all type of thoughts. It can pick all type of information, irrespective of good, bad, everything. It can have all possible thoughts. The problem is from pineal to your yellow brain, you cannot hold the thoughts. You don't have frequency to hold the thought because you are limited here. I can say, for example, um, uh, uh, okay, this is a cup. Or this is your physical body. Okay, so this is your pineal gland. Your higher bodies are unlimited thought, good thought. You cannot insert. You cannot keep that in your physical body because the physical body doesn't have sufficient space to keep that. This is limited in nature. When you are giving information, when you have practice in meditation, you can remove the boundary. You're breaking the personality. You're breaking the personality so that you can keep whatever things you want. Right? So your higher chakras already have every good thoughts, every number of thoughts, but you are not taking, you are rejecting the thoughts because of what a past experience you have. For example, if I say meditation is good, some people won't take immediately. Why don't they take? Everyone knows meditation is very good. This is a good thought, good practice. Why don't they practice? Which stopping them? Because of the yellow brain experience they have and past experience they have, they don't allow the meditation to their life.
Okay.
Meditation is in front of them. We taught billions of people. Not everybody is not taking that good thought. Why? In yellow brain, they have the frequency which is body mind consciousness, which is survival consciousness. I told 98.3 attract only 98.3, 100.2 attracts only 100.2. That's the law of nature. So that person who are the talking, they're in 98 frequency. Even though you want good thought, you won't take it. You won't match it. You won't hold it.
Mhm.
So when your frequency rises, you take that level of thought.
So that can be done through meditation, basically.
Yeah, and when you
So,
do meditation, you transcend in the physical nature, even though you have negative thoughts, even though a lot of things you have, you're transcending that. That's why in meditation you're getting good thoughts. Maybe you want to do more meditation, you want to spread meditation, or I want to serve the country, or I want to do these things, I want to have these many desires I have. You're transcending the limitedness you have, and you are in right now unlimited nature, unlimited consciousness, or you are in higher level of consciousness in meditation. That's why you're taking that level of thoughts, good thoughts
mm,
or positive thoughts, miracle thoughts you're taking. But once you come down from meditation, again you'll get negative thinking because your body is not, didn't change in your neurons. Still neurons are same like that. That's why practice of focus comes. When you comes out of meditation, if you focus saying that I want to be healthy, I am healthy, you're changing physical matter also, physical neurons
yeah.
also. Then you can attract, you can hold that positive thoughts.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ajay.
Can I
Yeah.
ask a question?
Yes, Surya.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So we say about we have an intuition, right? So the
Correct.
intuition, where is that coming from?
Good question. So intuition, nothing but it is a in tuned to intuition. You had tuning word, right? Tune. You're tuning your frequency with your body. Pineal gland is there, right? The pineal gland is, it will take the intuitions. For example, you have your, like your physical father, you have your own higher self. You have your spiritual guides. From where he sends that. In daily dreaming, you are connecting to your father, your higher self, your God. God is everywhere, but you are born, you are sorry, you are come out of one spirit, right? That spirit is always guiding you. Which stopping to listen that your yellow brain. When you are shutting that yellow brain, you are operating pineal gland, it will take that information.
So like day-to-day tasks, so when you take in the physical nature, so you take the task, you kind of have that intuition, okay, this is how you need to do. And that's the basic thing that comes. Then you kind of apply the physicality of rules, how the social and cultural and all those things. Then sometimes
Oh, got
you
it, got it.
modify that, and hey, I need to fit into this or that. So
Oh, got it.
modifying that, what is the primary intuition that you have, stick with that. So that is the primary.
Intuition.
If you follow, I think you are staying close to the nature rather than.
Perfect. I got it. I got it, man. Yeah, that's called inner feeling. The inner feeling is the right intuition. For example, your soul always communicate with you because the soul aligns with your destiny. Soul knows what destiny or what path you should follow. Every given point of time, we have a number of options, at least two options. One way we want to go, one way we want to go this. So, but soul knows what is the right path because the language of soul is called feeling. Intuition is nothing but feeling. It is a feeling, right? So when you can listen that feeling, when you shut down your thinking, physical thinking, when you calm, you can listen your soul's feeling, the intuitions coming from your soul. For example, you go to lake, ma'am. The waves are coming. You cannot see your face. When waves are calm down, you can see your face crystal clear, right? So similarly, when you do in meditation, when you are no thought, no thinking state, no embodiment consciousness, then your soul always communicate with you. But in that time, you can able to listen what exactly feeling you want. Just practice that. Just before sitting in meditation, ask your question, whatever question you have, and observe your breath. You will get easily communicate through your meditation. Just before sleep, also do this thing. Just ask what are the question you have. I want to have clarity. For example, I want to choose this path, this path. Ask question. Just do meditation. Sit. In dream, you'll get it. Or in meditation, you'll get to see that. Soul will communicate through feeling or soul voice. You'll get to know. Just matter of practice, you'll get to. The always remember the language of soul is feeling.
Okay.
That's a feeling coming from the soul.
So do we call it gut feeling?
Yes, gut feeling or intuition. You can call it as a
Mm.
yes.
Thank you.
There is no fear. There is no fear, right? There's no fear in soul's feeling. You will get that happy. You feel that joyful, contentful with that decision. So take that. Don't think about what social thinking, what my survival, what how I can survive it, how can I, how my people will think. Remove that. Just observe your breath. Ask question. It will guide you what you want, what really you choose because it knows. That's why I told you in soul. Soul is nothing but your diksuchi or you can compass. It will guide you. For example, you want to go to one place, you are using Google Maps. This is your Google Map. It knows. It knows everything. But soul doesn't have an opinion, but it can guide you. It
Okay.
doesn't know difference between what you call ladies finger taste versus brinjal taste. It knows only frequency. Through frequency, we are using our brain, using our language. You are communicating. This is sour in taste. This is bitter in taste. Something like we are defining that frequency. But soul doesn't know. Only it knows frequency. Record. It writes, right? Records. It will always records.
Sure. Thank you very much.
So is the soul connected to subconscious mind?
Definitely, man. Not only subconscious mind, conscious mind, every part of brain need control. All 7 bodies are, see, in physical body, you have 6 other bodies, right? They're in combined, they're coagulated, right? What is the reason? Which force combining these 7 bodies in one body? That is soul.
Okay.
It can operate all other bodies. It can fire subconscious. It can fire. It fires this hippocampus.
So when you are a child, like they say that you remember past life experiences. How true is that?
Generally, because you operate from midbrain, your yellow brain not yet formed. Your thinking, your analyzing, your judgment, you are not formed yet, right? Your yellow brain is not formed. Very pure in nature, right? So that's why easily they move to midbrain. Connection was still there. So generally they operate from midbrain. There doesn't know difference between good and bad, dirty water and clean water. They're not thinking, they're not analyzing. Yes, they are in pure nature. They're in that pure frequency nature. That's why they are able to connect to gods. They can see the gods. They cannot tell the name, but they can see the gods, angels. They can see the past lives. Because they're in mid-brain state. After 7 years, again your yellow brain starts. Or 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Up to 3, 4, mostly mid-brain will active.
So
So
can
when you
we,
keep, sorry.
sorry, please go ahead.
So when you keep, when you continue the practice of meditation, so how will the structure of your brain changes? Like the structure
Same.
will be the same?
Yeah, structure will be same. You can easily move to midbrain. See, you're not moving to midbrain because your yellow brain is so strong. It's letting us to not move to midbrain immediately. Right? The connection was not the bridge between yellow brain and midbrain. The connection was not so easily established. I practiced 3 years to get that. Some people practice more years, some maybe practice less years. But in children, they can immediately move because they don't have personality. They don't have personality, right? So that's why easily they can move. For example, if you scold your children, immediately in 2 minutes they call it amma and they'll hug you. We're not like that. We have ego. We have personality. We don't come like that. We take some more time. We think that we are big. We are so such. And recently, Patris told one Telugu he told, if we have Chibu Netru Rosham Paurusham, you never be an enlightened master. You should always be shameless. In spiritual, you should be because that's a beauty, man. That's a beauty. When you remove your personality, see, childishness is different, child is different. Childlike is good, childish different. Childlike is always should be childlike. That's why Jesus told when you are in unless until you become the child, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. That is the meaning.
Yeah.
Unless until you become the child, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. That is that meaning. If you don't have a personality, you will move to midbrain immediately.
Yes,
Why you are not moving, even though practicing meditation, because your personality is such a strong that you are not moving to midbrain. You're still thinking I'm particular person. I'm thinking I'm doing job. I'm so and so. When you have that thick barrier, you want to break that barrier with strong hammer.
Yeah. We master our lessons. So we learn lessons throughout our life. right? And we master them.
See,
So we
actually,
don't have to take that lesson.
I don't use the lesson, ma'am. Actually, you want to live the experience the life, ma'am. Lesson is the byproduct. See,
Okay.
I will give you 1 minute. Your every day we are having good food, good taste of food. Naturally, minerals, vitamins will come.
Yes.
When you're eating healthy food, healthy plus tasty food, byproduct, you will get nutrition and vitamins. Similarly, when you live the life, naturally you get wisdom. That's why Ramtha says the price of the life called wisdom. You are living the life, out of life you are getting prize. That prize is nothing but wisdom. The lesson.
So that wisdom gets collected somewhere, right, in the brain, and then in the next
subconscious.
next life, it is in a subconscious mind.
Then where the skill comes. The people, children, I'll come to 2 minutes. Children had 2 years age, 3 years age, 4 years, they're singing, they're performing phenomenal, exceptional, what do you call it, abilities. Where does it come? Because the soul, they remember the soul journey. Maybe they're operating, they're collecting the soul experiences. That's where they're performing, even though they are 3 years, 4 years. Or they didn't learn this incarnation because their previous incarnation, the memory is there, immediately they're popping up through yellow brain. That the skill comes. So talent comes. So talent. The talent comes from your skill is your learning, right? So talent. The talent comes from your subconscious, your previous incarnation experiences. You're right.
So can we say that soul and subconscious mind are both the same?
No, soul operates too. So soul operates everywhere. Sir. The subconsciousness, soul experiences, not soul. Soul has experiences, right? Incarnation that's stored in your subconscious.
Subconscious mind.
Soul experiences, not soul. Soul experiences.
Okay.
Experiences of soul.
Ajay, in one of the slides, we learned about left brain and right brain and the qualities of those
Correct.
left and right. And
Correct.
in between, there is
Corpus callosum.
yeah, corpus callosum. So can we think that the right brain is belonging to subconscious and left brain is more of yellow matter? Yellow brain?
This is our midbrain, ma'am. This is our midbrain. I told you, right? Glands. In subconscious, we have deeper. See, subconscious also we have levels, ma'am. In subconscious, we have lower cerebellum, we have midbrain also.
Okay.
This
So
is the
these
subconscious. This
belong
is the
to
subconscious.
midbrain.
Yeah. This is the subconscious. This is the subconscious. In subconscious, we have lower cerebellum. We have this reticular formation. You can call it as a spinal extension of spinal cord. We have midbrain also. So this is actually midbrain is right. Combining midbrain and this yellow brain. Yellow brain doesn't have glands. It has only logical nature. But midbrain has a glands. This is the combination of glands and what triggering that glands. That's a bridge. That's a yellow. This is a green, red, green path. This is a corpus callosum. This is combining this orange and yellow.
Okay, got it.
That is right. For example, some people, for example, if I say any cursive word, people immediately react because if they are emotional, immediately they react. If they're logical person, I don't take it. I'm not that. Immediately, because they're not in emotional state. They're in a logical state. You got it?
Mhm.
So person varies. So that's why you should combination of both should be good. You should logically should be emotional both. You should and that means you are logically emotional. You should be
So
consciously emotional.
yes, Ajay, so we cannot connect left brain and right brain to chakras, right?
We can connect fourth chakra. Fourth chakra is the bridge between that.
That is Manipuraka.
Fourth chakra, anahata.
Anahat chakra. Okay.
That is the bridge consciousness. Bridge consciousness. That's where you combine this and this. See, for example, mothers always operate from here, right? So the unconditional because this is unconditional.
Heart space.
Heart space, correct. Heart space, correct. See, if you pure operate from here, you don't survive in Earth. The people will shoot you. So this will communicate. This will guide you how much you want to do. How much, for example, if you want to donate everything, how can you survive? For example, pure emotional, ma'am, very good. High chakras are very good. If you donate everything, how can I survive? So this is the bridge. This is the middle path. You donate 20%, 30%, 40%. You'll say 10%, 20%. Right? This knows what you do for your own destiny. It's a bridge. That's why in pyramid also, this is upper triangle and lower triangle. In between we have fire. Exactly 1/3 height. Just sit. Just sit. When you sit, if you what do you call it? If you measure your body, you will get exactly 1, 2, 3, something like that. So exactly you will get a third position, you will get another chakra.
One
That's
third
where
of
fire is there. Pyramid is a structure where 1/3 height you have fire. That fire is a symbol of soul. It will guide you.
right. So much to learn.
I have a question from yesterday's session.
Yes, ma'am.
So you said ignorance can be removed by focusing on your yellow brain, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
does that mean meditation? I mean,
No, say two things, ma'am. Two things. Meditation is not about focus, ma'am. It is about more about no mind, thought-free state, stillness. Meditation, purpose of meditation is stillness, right? Actually, that's the actual definition. But in process, you get different experiences. Actually, dhyanam plus di plus yanam, di plus buddhi, right? The traveling of mind from thinking I am personality to thinking that I am God, I am unlimited nature. The traveling from physical body to seventh body. That is a traveling. In the traveling, the entire meditation journey happens. That's fine. But focus is all about what you want, you are creating, and you are 100% giving your energy and focusing over there, right? But still you are using yellow brain. Meditation, you are moving from yellow brain to midbrain and subconscious. Got it? So you are transcending from yellow brain to midbrain, and this is called nothing but meditation. You will operate mostly from pineal gland and this lower cerebellum. Sometimes you will go to mid subconscious, you won't get any visions also, just pure state, stillness state, no thoughts. That is nothing but deep sleep. This is the deep sleep. This is called, sorry, this is the deep sleep. This is dreaming state. This is conscious state, right? So, but when you come out of meditation, just by focusing over here, you are focusing such a way that immediately move to midbrain, but you are consciously have some intent. With intent, you are going midway. That's fine. That thing will happen. Thing will be created. But at the end of the day, midway should take that dream and should send to universe. But the main purpose here, the main area is focusing over here, because you want to change here. Because the issues of once comes out of meditation, the issue is in yellow brain. The problem in yellow brain. Ignorance is yellow brain. You are changing that. In meditation also, the ignorance will be changed. How you changed? Yesterday I told you, right? Between the neurons, there is a gap. When you are in stillness, when you are in no thought state, reverse firing will happen. Sometimes you are naturally in longest of a meditation, 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, neurons will reverse fire and ignorance will be also removed. But it takes long time. If you do 60 years, 40 years, you will become round marshal. But how many people are doing in 40 years or 30 years, 20 years, a test touch, we can sit and do meditation.
so you just have to focus this area.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
has all
apart
connections.
from meditation, we do that. Okay.
Two
Not
words
the
are there. One is
Ajna chakra, right? Just the brain area.
just over here. See,
Yeah.
not exactly Agna Chakra. Agna Chakra is in exactly back. This
Yeah.
is the projector. This is the screen. This is the projector. This is the screen. Right? When you reverse thing happens, when you see the scene, how many the projector will take. Not only say two ways. Not only projector projects the screen. When you want to see the what screen you want, what image you want, immediately the projector also takes and send it. This is a two-way communication. That's the beauty of pineal gland. Not only it represents the screen, it also takes information. When you focus such a way that there's no thinking, you are in that moment. Immediately it will send it. Right? That's why no thinking. Initially you think. One point of time, 1 second you stop thinking. Just you are in that moment. That moment, Pinel will pick that send it universe. He wants this. He wants this. That's it. And that's two words. One is tapas. One is dhanam. Tapah means focus. Dhyana means thoughtful state. Two words. Tapah and dhyana. Two words different.
Usually,
Rakshasa
how long do you suggest we do that?
after. See, the basic varies bit person to person. Some people can focus in 5 minutes. Some people can take time. Just minimum 20 to 30 minutes. Just focus on that. The moment if you feel that event already happening, that you are getting that feeling, that's enough. That's the time you want to remember. You exert in our physical time. The moment you feel that event is already happening, for example, if you are in go to theater, you are connecting with 5 minutes, you can connect to movie. Even though 1 hour, sometimes you won't connect. Right? So I don't know how much time you should connect, but the moment you connect, you can see that thing is already happening. You are forgetting about yourself. You are in that moment, that image, that dream, saying that it is already happening. That's enough. That is done. Right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
That's why Rakshasas only does tapas. They don't do dhyana. Even the Shiva teachings, they don't do dhyana. They only do tapas. They want pleasures, natures. That's why we are not only doing focus, we are doing meditation. Both should go in track. We should have practice of meditation. We should practice of focus. How much you focus when at what see how long you focus? You focus in such a way that you don't have any dreams. Then you don't focus anything. You don't just stop it. And you can focus on I want to be like Ramtha. I want to be like you have different focus. You have different not physical dreams. You have unlimited dream. You want to become freedom. You want to be unlimited. You focus on that. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
One more question.
Yeah.
So since kids are the yellow brain is not developed that much, so in case if we wanted to incorporate the process of meditation, what is the approach we need to take for them? Because we are starting as adults and we have our own egos and all the raga dvesha and everything. But in kids, what age that we can incorporate and engage?
I think fifth 6 years they can able to listen and understand, right? At least fifth, beyond fifth, sixth. Before that, not actually. They are in pure nature. Maybe fifth, sixth you can introduce fifth, sixth nature.
Okay.
Fifth, sixth,
What?
After 4 they listen, but if you practice 4 is fine. At least 5, 6, 7, fine. So that they can immediately change.
Okay, but it's not about change. Just having that process, doing it that way you can.
No, at least they don't have fear, ma'am. See, if you introduce meditation, they don't thinking in body nature. They think that I'm not only body. Even though any issues come, they don't bother, right? So we bother because if we don't, for example, if we want 10,000. If we won't get 10,000 to some person, we feel bad. Right? How can I survive without 10,000? The children won't think like that because they don't think that I'm body. If I think I am, if I can create here, it will come. They knows. So that's why, so introduce them. So they'll be in happy child and the future generation will be changed.
Thank you.
That is why
That
we have
aura,
the
that,
responsibility of spreading
yeah,
meditation for kids.
that's, and that affect you also. You also will change because that aura will change you also more. The more people do meditation in your family, the more you also change. This is vice versa, man. See, in if you go to fourth level of consciousness, we are all one.
Mm-hmm.
Up to 1 to 3 are different. If we go to fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, we are all one. Right? So in trees has same trunk, but branches will be different. Whereas same belongs to same trunk.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
We
you.
will have Ajay's session next week again, next Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursdays. Don't miss. We'll meet again next week. I mean, we are meeting every day, but Ajay will be there on Wednesday and Thursday. Thank you so much,
Pleasure to meet
Ajay.
you. So you are
So
so
much we are
sincere. Thank you.
learning.
You are so learning. That's good. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, sir. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Thank you.
Thank you.